This is a neodymium magnet, and I have it labeled N. And what I decided to do is I'm going to make a coaster for drinks so I can put them on here, but I want to make it so it's permanent so it doesn't get messed up. So I can put a drink on here and treat the drink or the water with BioNorth magnetic polar energy. Now the thing is, with BioNorth, you have to remember that, well, actually when you're looking at a compass, let me see if I can put this someplace where it's not going to be influenced by anything. Yeah, put it on top of that tape. If you look at the compass, you see the BioNorth, it attracts the north side of the needle of the compass. Now, I got to explain this because, boy, I got confused about this before too. The north needle of a compass is magnetized north. It seeks north, the north pole of the Earth. Okay? So, opposites attract, north attracts south, south attracts north. The north pole of the Earth is magnetic south. Now, when they talk in magnetic therapy, they talk about a term they call biological north. That is the exact magnetism that is found on the top of the North Pole. And I'll tell you, it took me a while to figure all this stuff out, because when people are talking in the magnetic therapy world, they say north. They just say north. If it's a navigator or an engineer, north would mean the exact opposite. Because when the people in the magnetic therapy world, they talk about the magnetism that is found at the geographical North Pole, which is actually magnetic south. So the north pointer on a compass is north seeking. It's a north. It's polarized north by the way the sailors and the engineers and the navigators call it. But if a magnetic therapy person would call this the south needle, because, well, they talk about south and north, what is found at the actual geographical poles of the Earth. So the geographical pole of the Earth is actually magnetic south. So, but what you want to have this correct, because the North Pole, the North biological polar energies are negative, and that is what you want to use for magnetic therapy in almost every case. So anyway, I made some of these cardboard cutouts, and I put some circles in there very crudely. And what I'm going to do is put some tape over it, some Munster tape, some real heavy duty stuff, and I'll have a black coaster, and I'm going to label it with with a label, and put some very heavy duty Scotch packing tape over that so the label doesn't fall off. So I know to use the biological north side, and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. So the reason I do this is because it actually treats the water magnetically. It gives a type of energy in it. I'm going to actually be doing this with espresso coffee too, so how's that? Okay, so here's the finished product. I actually used what the hell was it? This type of tape was Munster tape, and I used Scotch tape over that, and I used you can see this BioNorth on there. I used that thing to make the label, so it should hold up for a long time. But I'm going to tell you this, that a lot of the magnetic therapy people, even some of the, not a lot, but some of the people even sell these things, got it backwards. And the way you check BioNorth is biological north it's the same north as found in the North Pole. So the north-seeking needle of the compass follows it. That's the side used 99% of the time you want that for therapy, or you want to treat your water or your drink with it. So there's my coaster. So my flavored hazelnut Folgers coffee is getting treated with biological north. So also want to point out that I've been doing this on the cats, actually, the window shelves where they are, like there's like a stone tile window shelf. There's biological north. I'll show you what it is by the Christmas tree. So you can see them down there. Those are taped on there to this like stone tile shelf, and that's biological north. So when they lay on the shelf, they actually receive biological north energies, which makes them more intelligent, more aware, more calm, and actually, these guys are going to be talking English if they could. I'll tell you that right now. They're extremely aware little cats, man. I can tell you that right now. They are. They can almost communicate with them. It actually has an effect. Now, what I found interesting too is, you know how in the United States you're supposed to be rehabilitating people if they commit a crime. This would be a hell of a freaking novel way of doing it, and also very cheap if people were exposed that were criminals to, for violent crimes, to biological north polar energies. Because I'll actually want to interject here the studies by Walter Rawls and Roy Davis. They did experiments on chickens also, and when they grew up chickens with the opposite polar energy, which was biological south, which is magnetic north, you got to have that correct now. That's the actual polar energies found at the South Pole. The chickens grew to be 3 foot in height, and they were so violent and aggressive even with each other and against cows, and they had to be all euthanized. So the theories, it's like a balance of different things. So sometimes it might be a very, very inexpensive, effective way to treat people who have, violent tendencies. So biological north. So anyway, the cats are being treated with it, and they're very calm little smart cats. And if you remember little Rocky when he first came here, he was kind of like a semi-feral cat. Nobody could pet him, and he's like a super calm guy now. And here's little Goldie. Hi, Goldie. What are you doing, buddy? He's curled up in his little spot here. But a lot of different things that I know about with magnetism, but also with lavender and herbs, makes these little guys very calm little cats. So it works on people, it works on cats, it works on everybody. So, and it makes them more intelligent. They're very much aware. So anyway, figured I'd pass this on as a tip. So you can drink polarized water, coffee, or whatever the hell it is, and make it very easily. Just make sure you have that correct. The north pointer on the compass points to biological north side of the magnet. Biological north is the actual north found at the North Pole, which is actually magnetic south. Sailors and engineers refer to north and south the exact opposite of the way magnetic therapy people do, and that creates a lot of confusion. Right, Goldie? Right? Anyway.